Well, welcome back to another episode of The Water Hole, and luckily for me, I won the dart toss today, so Justin gets to be able to start.
We already started.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about start with the content that we're going to cover.
Well,
because I'm going to definitely start with, I know what I want to bring up during this conversation, but I'm going to let you go first because you did. I mean, look at mine. Look how well I did really good. I got 3 bullseyes. Justin had like the board and no, you were way off.
I think that was staged. I think I missed him once and I spine hit him and then I hit him maybe in the femoral on the last one. I might have got lucky.
You might have got lucky. Sometimes you just got to get lucky. And if it's not on film, nobody knows.
I saw a guy post a photo of a deer, like he was like, I killed my biggest buck, and he's all excited and he's got it. And dude, there's very clearly like the arrow hole is in its back. It's like over here like this. Shot my biggest buck ever. And I'm like, hey man, she's dead.
When it's not on film,
dead is dead. What do we say?
That's right.
So today we'll have a little gear chat. Your favorite thing, Todd. I know you're a gearhead when it comes to archery.
There are certain
there's some things you're super into and some things you're not. I'll say
tree stands I like playing with. I like when they're good.
Tree stands?
Yeah, when they're just good. They're solid, they're quiet, they're just I like a good tree stand.
They're very expensive now.
Yeah, some are like almost $800 for a tree stand. I'm not gonna lie, I got one that
everything's expensive though. Like good gear in the archery space. So let's talk, right? So the new Mathews came out today, the Lift X,
I see that you're holding it.
And as we expected, right, they increased the price. I think the price goes up, $50 to $100 a year, roughly. It has for however many years. It's just kind of like to be expected, right? But they released, I don't have it, it's around here somewhere, but they released a UV UltraView teamed up with Mathews and created like a Mathews branded UltraView slider, which honestly isn't really that much different from the standard one. It just kind of has the Mathews logo on it. And it's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's a very nice sight. It's $700. You used to be able to buy an entire bow for $700. I paid less than that for my first flagship bow that I bought from Pete at Gat Guns. It's like $600.
How many people are going to spend $700 on a sight?
I bet you a bunch of them.
You're probably right. I mean, dude, listen, when you're, I said this for years, and so have you. When you are super passionate about something, I don't care if it's Brandon back there jamming on his guitars. I want to see a good clip of Brandon just rocking out.
Brandon is relishing the moment that he can show himself rocking out.
Well, Brandon, please use this opportunity as our shoe-in.
To our tens of listeners.
to put that up there. I want you to put that baby up there. But man, dude, I see it with my biking buddies. I see it with my bow hunting buddies. Man, when you have a passion, and it's what you love to do, dude, you might not do it every year, okay? But you will reach into your pocketbook and you will definitely buy cool shit. I'm sorry, when it's cool and it feels cool and it looks good and I'm all in. I'm in.
Fair enough. I don't know. It's a little rich for my blood. So let's talk Lift X. What is new for this year, right? So,
first of all, you did a full, complete video on this. That people
watch. You can go to bowhunting.com and watch it. You can go to the YouTube channel and watch it. You probably already watched it. By the time you're seeing this, you probably already seen it, right? The big change for this year. And so let's just rewind because I kind of did this in my review video. If we rewind to last year was an all new platform for Mathews. And I think there's this crazy belief that all these bow hunters have when these new bows come out every year, where they're just every year they're expecting some all new whiz bang, never seen before, game changing, industry disrupting.
The only way you get
technology.
That feeling is if you buy a car and then you do not ever look at the new model for 5 or 6 years. Then I feel like you get this rush of excitement.
Yeah, but this last year was the new model year, and we've often compared this to cars. The new Ford trucks come out, and it's for the next 3 or 4 years, they're kind of just minor incremental improvements. They change this, a new set of wheels, they redesign the grill, but overall it's the same truck until 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the road. Now we got a new model. And bow companies are starting to get to that point, and rightfully so. They can't reinvent the wheel every freaking year. It's just not possible to do.
No.
So what they do is they come out with these platforms and then they just make them better every year. slowly, incrementally. And then 3 or 4 years from now, we get a new platform. So last year was the new platform. It was the Lift. It was all new riser design, new limb pockets, new limbs. Just all sorts of stuff was new on the Lift last year. So I expected this year to be like a Lift 2.0, right? I did not expect there to be like, oh my God, it's some brand new thing.
Which is what I feel like we're seeing with a lot of companies.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of companies are that way.
So much investment goes into these new platforms that you can't just re-platform every year.
Oh my goodness, no,
There's no way.
right? So the big change for this year, and this was something that a lot of us have been asking for or hoping for the last couple of years, is a better, simpler tuning system to get rid of the top hats. The top hats worked. They're really good, but they're just a pain in the ass. Like, there's no way around it. When you have to press your bow, right, and then you have to pull the axle, pull the cam, and swap the top hats around, put it all back together, and then shoot it and test and see if you put the right set of top hats in, and then all that stuff. Like, if you had all the equipment, because I've done it a bunch, right? And if I have a top hat kit and I have my press and I'm right there tuning, it's not hard. Press, take it out, swap them around, put it back together, shoot. It probably takes 5 minutes to swap the top hats. But like, a lot of people don't have a press. A lot of people aren't comfortable pulling their cam out of their bow. A lot of people don't have a top hat kit on hand, right? So then it becomes, I got to go to the shop, or I got to get it to my buddy or whatever. So, you know, we've been hoping for an improved tuning system for the last couple of years. We finally got it this year. It's the limb shift technology is what they're calling it. There's a couple other bow companies out there that have had similar things for the last couple of years. And I think that's partially why everyone's like, Mathews better, get together and figure something out, right? Because there was other better systems out there. Honestly, the one that they came out with may be the simplest of the bunch. It may actually be the best of the bunch so far, and it's probably the simplest one.
Sometimes it doesn't pay to be first. I hate to say it, but when you see something that comes out on the market, and then you're like, I'll play with that, and then you're like, gosh, you could have done this, and that. I mean, sometimes being first always isn't.
So, Elite has one where it basically alters the entire position of the limb pocket, right? And then Bowtech has one where it essentially is moving the cam side to side within the limb channel. What Mathews did essentially was essentially you just have kind of a drive on the one side of the axle here, and when you move this Allen key, it just brings this limb tip a little bit in or a little bit out. So all it's doing is moving this limb tip in and out, and what that's doing is changing the pressure that's put on this axle, and it's changing the cam lean when you come to full draw, because that's what the top hat system did, was it moved.
But look at the difference, though, dude, what you were just talking about, having to have a press, having to go through all that effort. I mean,
you don't need a press. You don't need extra top hats. You literally just need a set of Allen keys, which all of us have. Hopefully, if you're an archer, you've got
please don't ever
multiple
change the
sets.
torque. I don't know, the freaking hunting industry is all gone.
That'd be
cycling
hilarious,
just want that torque. Yeah, everything you get, because of carbon fiber, like you can't tighten things
The
down.
torque spits, like the star drive.
Yeah, but it's special because like they have it to where you use a special one where like you twist it, like if you put it on like 7.
Yeah, it's a torque wrench.
Yeah, and you have to stop it. It'll go click and like
click. And
right.
you
You don't just crank. Right.
Yeah.
Please don't do that in the archery industry, please. No, they never do that. That's
Why?
what I want. Because
It's probably just more precise. I mean, it's probably a good thing to not over torque all your bolts down. But anyways, yeah, I think that's the biggest change for this year, right? Is this system. I haven't actually
and they teamed up with Twitter, right?
Twitter.
It's a joke. X. Twitter. Changed the name to X.
That was a terrible joke.
I wasn't.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I'll give it to Todd.
Thank you,
I didn't
Brandon.
even understand what he was saying.
Well, that's because you're now with the times, man. You're instead of being out deer
Oh,
hunting,
you're-
you're a cheer competition now.
And what does that have to do with
you're
being
just
with
not
the
up. You're
Lions?
not up with it.
You're just sitting in your stand playing on X the whole
Me?
time?
No, heck no. I'm paying attention to deer and not seeing any rut activity, which will save that
It
to
don't
the end.
make any sense to me, Grab. So anyways, that was
You
the
got me.
big change. I would say the second biggest change is going to be new grip options for this year.
Yeah.
They came out with the Engage grip a few years ago. I really like the Engage grip. Do you just shoot the stock grip on your bow?
Dude, I love
And you
yes.
do like it?
I like it.
Yeah, me too.
But, I do know a lot of people were changing their grips, and I think, Mathews is smart, and they saw that people were changing grips, and why would you not want to come up with multiple grip options?
Yeah, I mean, I put one of those UltraView grips on my bow last year.
See,
on my
you did
Phase
it.
4, and it's nice, but I didn't buy another one for my new bow. Like, I liked it because I wanted to try it. I felt like everybody's doing it. Oh my god, I got to do it. And I was like, okay, this is nice. I like it. But when I got my new bow, I was like, I'm not spending another $100 or whatever to put one on this bow. I didn't like it enough to justify the cost, right? So this year, what Mathews did is they have essentially 4 grip options. 2 we've already had, right? We've already had the Engage. They changed it a little bit, and they kind of put this more texture on the back right here. So it kind of, once you get your hand, it kind of sunk in there. It's not going to move and slide around.
Do you remember the days? I'm getting off base here a little bit. Do you remember the days when you put all that effort into trying to have a heated grip? Do you remember that?
You did, not me.
I thought you jumped on that
Yeah, that was
Do
you.
you remember that? Yeah,
I mean,
it
was
just
made
was
by
like
some company
it'd
called
be the
White.
greatest thing
Was
to
it
have a
White
heated grip.
Rhino? It was called White Rhino.
And that's amazing if you're actually getting the name of this right. But I remember back in the day, like, dude.
Yeah, you had one. I think didn't you shoot a deer with
I
it
don't know.
on your bow? Do you remember that deer you shot in the snow, in like a turnip plot on your original farm? I think Tommy was filming you.
I do remember the deer. Yes.
I have a feeling. I don't know why I
Well, dude,
remember
when
this.
you have a heated grip,
I
was
think
able
that
to
grip
keep it in
was
my hand
on
longer
your
and
bow.
no, yeah, see, heated grip.
I was thinking about heated grips literally like the other night because I was thinking, what can these bow companies do in the future? Because now we're kind of down to like bow efficiencies they're as efficient as they're going to get. They're as fast as they're going to get. There's only so much they can do.
I do think they keep making them cool. Like, I love the camo version I got. Like, cool is cool, man. What's on this guy?
Yeah, but so that goes with what I was saying. We're kind of in this phase of like creature comfort.
I would think with today's technology with batteries, dude, I'm hooked on these dumb socks I bought. I know I mentioned.
Dude, I was at Costco the other day and they had some heated socks and I was gonna buy them and then I was thinking of you telling me about these socks. I went on the Costco app. I'm in the store. My kids are like, "Oh my god, Dad, what are you doing?" I'm reading reviews on the Costco app about these socks.
Listen, I'm just gonna order your pair. Dude, they're the hokiest logo. Link them below again. Dude, these socks, you know what? I'm not even wearing 6. I got a thin layer, like whatever, a liner sock.
Okay.
And I've been wearing these things. Dude, that's my point with what you're talking about with creature, features, whatever. We're at a point now with battery technology. The old days was hokey, dude. The batteries were hokey. You would do all these crazy things to have a heated grip. But now it'd be nothing with today's technology to have an actual heated grip that would work for people that need a heated grip. But anyhow. The heated socks. I'm back on the heated socks. I'm just telling you, dude. I haven't even broke out my heavy boots or anything.
Well, because it's been so warm too. That's the other problem. We're in for a rude awakening though. Here, fall, winter is coming.
I know, and it's happening right during the shotgun season. Darn it! The best 3 days of good-looking weather.
Whatever. Grab your horn to go bowhunting.
Yeah.
Make sure you got a firearms tag. Oh my god, you're so Debbie
No,
Downer.
I hate orange. Go ahead. I'm
Why? Nobody, the deer don't care.
sorry. I care. I don't want to go scare a deer to shotgun hunters. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna chill out. Be smart.
So you're not going to go at all?
I didn't say that. I have to be sneaky.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I haven't decided if I want to go yet or not. Dude, it's a hard thing when you're down to one tag, trying to decide what you want to do. I don't know if I want to shoot it early, shoot it later. Like, it's got to be right. It's got to be right.
Fair enough.
I want it to be right.
So anyways, I was talking about creature comforts. Like, what are they going to do on these bows in the future?
There'll be a heated grip eventually that will be dialed.
Is a heated grip that important, though?
It is nice. Unless you're a box blind hunter, so you probably wouldn't need that.
Heaters and box over mowed corn. That's the way to do it during the low season. So the Lift X, I like it. It shoots great. I liked the lift, right? And if you liked the lift, you're gonna like the Lift X. Again, the biggest change, the tuning,
Gunning.
new grip options, new color options. I think that's really it. And then obviously you got the new sight if you want to splurge for it. I don't have a sight on my bow right now because we have our top secret ATJ sight.
I thought you were doing something new here.
I'm just going no sight here.
Well, you
Yeah.
stopped wearing underwear a long time ago. I thought sure this would
I did.
be fitting with that. That's what you told
You're
Brandon.
spying on me again, Todd. So yes, Lift X. I'm a fan. We got new color options, right? So they brought the gray back, but they changed the name of it. It's a little bit darker. We used to have stone. What's this one called, Brandon? Shale.
Shale.
Shale. Used to have stone, now we have shale. Slightly darker
All right.
than stone.
There
and
you
then
have
we
it.
got Kuyu camel. They also make
Lift X.
a shale to black. So it's like this gray faded into black.
I feel like I saw that somewhere already.
Well, my old bow was
That's
the
what it
granite fade to black.
Yes,
But they have a shale fade to black now.
All right.
So there you go.
Let's-
New bow
let's
day.
talk some
I can
deer
I can hear all the guys on the internet right now. It's just the same as last year with the blah 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 something, whatever they're gonna say. There's a bunch of haters out there, Todd.
You know what? You know what, Justin? Thank you for bringing that up. Let's go ahead and touch base on that for a second.
You're looking like I did something wrong.
No, you did not. I probably should have done a little.
I think I know where this is going.
Gosh darn it! You're such an, no wonder why you were so excited that I did that one. We did a quick reel, so let's just get this out real quick. It looks like I'm a
Did we
public
talk
man.
about this?
I don't know that it did. There's a lot more comments now, so there's more to talk about. Brandon can have fun and just post a bunch of comments if you want to wait to the end to see this, or just go find the post for yourself. But let's be super clear here. We weren't on public land when we were together filming that. I wasn't actually checking somebody else's camera. No, I personally would not check somebody else's camera.
Why not?
I wouldn't do it, Justin. I'm just saying, I wouldn't do it. Okay. I got some very amazing text. One that I cannot even share with here, for sure. That was a direct message. That was one of those instant messenger ones,
Like to you personally?
I
Or
thought
to,
I
like-
shared it in the WhatsApp.
Yeah, but was that to like the bowhunting.com account or was it to like Todd?
No, they searched me out. It went right to me directly. It's fine. Just to be clear, guys, we posted a reel that basically said, if you're on public land, is it okay to pull someone's SD card out, stick it in a reader, see what bucks they have on their card, put the card back in the camera, leave it alone, don't steal it, don't take the card, don't touch their batteries, don't change the position of their camera, and just look at what's on. Listen, I wouldn't do it. Let me be clear. Everyone's thinking the way that I filmed that. And it did come across that way. After watching it again, it does clearly look like that's what I'm doing. But we wanted to get a rise out of everyone to be able to get their knee-jerk reactions and just have them tell us how they felt.
Yeah,
Clearly-
there was some guys that were honest in there that said you know what, I think there was a lot of guys in there that hunt public land that put cameras out who chimed in and said, I fully expect somebody to check my camera card when I put it out, and I'm okay with that, and I think there's a lot of people that were like, you should, they're all mad. But I would be willing to bet most of those guys don't hunt public ground or run trail cameras on public ground.
they're just
This is like the
they're just
age old,
posting
I'm
things.
getting angry, on behalf of some other person.
This fella sent me a message, was like, dude, if you're at a bar and there's a girl and she's drunk, you wouldn't take advantage of her.
That was the worst analogy I've ever heard.
I wasn't fully. Listen, I got a lot more graphic than that. We don't need to go there. Don't need to go there. We're not going to go there.
Okay.
But
Are we
it
going
turned
there?
out it was a joke. So I
Was
didn't
it a
realize
joke,
the person
Todd?
that sent it actually happened to be at the hunt club, and I bumped him in the hunt club. He's like, dude, I was just kidding when I sent that. And I was like, dude, were you really kidding? I saw him this morning at the hunt club.
God.
So it was interesting. It's always interesting. It's always fun.
Oh,
He alleges that he was kidding.
fair enough.
I'm gonna allow him to say it. But let's get talking
So
about
I
some.
think there's three sides of this.
Okay.
There's the guys that wouldn't do it and are against it. There's the guys that don't really care,
Okay.
that are fine with it either way. And then there's the guys that are secretly fine with it and do it or would do it, but won't ever admit to it. And I think there's a lot more.
There's a lot of those
that
guys.
group out there than the other two. That's my opinion.
It is. PJ.
If I ever left a trail camera on public land, which I did in Kansas before they outlawed it, I fully expected somebody to check the card, and I was totally okay with it. I didn't care. Why does everybody care so much? Why is it such a thing?
Dude,
There's a bunch of
it
these
was
guys
a
were like,
heated debate.
I did the work. And it's like, dude, they literally are standing in the same spot you were standing. They did the same amount of work to get you wherever you were at.
Well, they spent money, they spent resources. Come on, they're taking
It's
a chance.
public land, dude. You don't control it. It's not yours.
I think my favorite thing that you've ever said was, how would you feel if there was a camera at the park?
Right.
Like watching kids at the swing set or whatever. Like,
Or just anybody.
or anybody. Yeah. Well, it just feels
Like
weird.
if you
It
just
does
went
feel
if
weird.
you just went out to the local forest preserve and hung a trail camera next to the hiking trail, right? Take the park part out of it. Like people would think that was weird. There would be
Brandon, would that be weird?
It would make people uncomfortable that they were getting their picture taken.
But you can
while they
do
were
that.
just-
You can do that. What ends up you're thinking deer are crossing that?
Oh, I don't know. Can you do that? Like it's kind of a gray area.
Well, there are certain places that you can bow hunt that people can still go hiking and stuff. Like it's just because it's bow hunt doesn't mean you can't go do other stuff in there.
I don't know. That's a great question.
We're done.
I probably shouldn't say what I told Josh to do. Or we
Josh, who?
Fletcher. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
You gonna share it now? Or?
Well, I looked up like the legality of like putting the trail cameras out there and like what you're obligated to do. Like if somebody just leaves something on public ground, right? If you left your phone on public ground, that person, that's not somebody else's phone now that they can just pick it up. They have to make an effort to try to return it.
Do they?
And that's
Will they?
the thing. Like, what is stopping somebody now? I may have to edit this out, so if you have an edit point, but what's stopping you from just taking somebody's trail camera and off public ground and taking it to the police station because somebody left this here?
Hey, yeah, somebody lost this and they just left it out here.
Like that seems within the grounds of the law. Now, I'm not saying that I would do that or that's not a ethically okay thing to do, but
I think it's just not clearly defined anywhere, and that's what a lot of people are starting to struggle with. There's no clear definition of the law.
But it will get.
But I mean, touching it, because we're talking about two different things. You're talking about stealing it, taking it down and bringing it to the police versus opening it up, taking the card out, checking the pictures, putting the card back in, right? No harm,
Stealing
no
is
foul.
stealing is stealing.
Yeah, you should never steal it. I mean, it's
No,
not yours.
no.
Of course not.
No, I mean, no.
But I mean, it's community property. These deer are all of our deer. I just want to say.
It's true. It's on land that we
I'm
paid for.
just taking pictures of you.
All right, we're moving on.
Moving on. What are we moving on to?
Dude, all kinds of stuff. There's always something to talk about when you're just passionate about deer. Let's talk about some running activity. I know that this is the least amount of running. And listen, I shot a buck. I don't want to have everyone like, I get it. But, like, you know, this is the least amount of running activity that I have seen in the woods. You got something to share over there, Justin? You are definitely into your phone. That's why you don't see any deer. You're on the phone.
Customers are need things.
Not we, but I and many of my friends that I talked to, dude, the running activity has been so strange this year. Like, I have not had a hunt yet where I've just had that, like, rut experience. Like, it's so fun when you do get in a spot where those bucks are grunting and they're chasing does and, like, dude, it's like going on. Like, dude, who doesn't love that? I mean, if you don't love that, then you're not a bow hunter. I mean, that is like the greatest freaking thing. I have not seen good quality running activity this year. Just, I haven't seen it. Like that chasing down and pushing down, like I just have not seen it. I got a couple days left. Maybe I'll see it. I don't know. How about anybody you've talked to? Come on. Anybody you've talked to, they seeing some good running activity?
No, I mean, it seems to be hit or miss, which I feel like the rut is always that way, though.
Nah.
I feel like every year we say the same thing.
No,
don't we?
dude, I usually see it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Like
Listen, you know I spend a lot of time out there.
I feel
I haven't
like
seen it.
I feel like you could be one ridge over, and it's like going on, and then where you're at it, there's just like nothing.
I've talked to a lot of people. I haven't had a lot of guys sharing that they've been. Maybe they're lying. Maybe we're just keeping.
I don't think they're
quiet.
lying. I don't think they're lying.
And keeping it quiet.
I think
Here's that money I owe you too, by the way.
What?
Huh?
Is that fake? It looks counterfeit to me.
Somebody gave this to me today. It's it, but it's Trump. It looks good. I think this is illegal to be doing this kind of stuff, but I don't know if it is or it isn't.
I mean, it's pretty clearly not. real.
Do we have a $100 bill around here? Somebody showed me something really freaking cool the other day. Did you
Hold on,
know
let me
this?
check, Todd.
No, I might have one here.
I'm fresh out of it.
Oh, I don't have one here. I do have one. I want to show you something. Before this episode is over, I want to show you something really cool. Somebody showed me something on the $100 bills, to tell if they're counterfeit or not. This is cool. I'm going to show you. I know we're way off topic here, but this is freaking cool. I'm going to show it to you. So, getting back to deer hunting real quick. Rut activity's been slow, dismal. Got a couple more days left. I'm planning on hitting it hard. But the thing that I want to talk about next that I think got a lot of attention, I think it is cool. And if you haven't watched this video, you need to get to our channel and watch it. But man, watching Josh Fletcher full draw for that long, and I'm like, dude, that was cool. That was cool. I gotta admit, there's just things that are cool.
I think I'd have a hard time being in full draw that long with my compound. He was using a long
Did we
bow.
time it? Did we actually
It was like
measure?
Brando just left, but it was like almost a minute. I think it was like maybe 45 seconds.
It was
On
it
a
was-
long bow, dude. That's legit.
yeah, it was definitely legit. I have no idea just what happened to Brandon. It was the first time I think I've been ever filming in the
Maybe he
studio.
had to go to the bathroom.
Dude, I think he's got a little bit. I mean, like, dude, he literally. This is the first time we've ever been filming in probably 8 years of Brandon, maybe longer, and he just left. I mean, he literally just walked off the studio. So hopefully this is still recording. All right, Justin, we're moving into shotgun season this week. You've always had a lot of good luck between the 15th and the end of the month.
Yeah.
It's sometimes the late season can be some of the best hunting. What?
Dude, that's Brandon's wireless mic because he's too far away.
That is Brandon going crazy, so hopefully he'll be able to turn that channel off. But we can hear it. This is definitely a very. Hopefully that's not him flushing or wiping his butt right now. In the
If
bathroom.
he's making that kind of sound as he's wiping his butt, he's got.
Dude,
no
what? I
problems
mean,
with
did
me.
something just happen here? He really ran out of here. I don't know what he ate for breakfast, but something's
man.
not good.
Maybe he just found out he won the lottery.
He just,
Just dipped out.
He's
like, I'm outta
see
here.
ya. I won't even finish the last episode. Here, he's coming back now. I think he look at watch this. He dropped the $100 bill. He went to get the $100 bill and he dropped it just now. Dude, look at him on it back. He dropped it. Now he's coming
Brandon
back.
is just sitting on a
You got a
Honda
knife on you?
out there. Yeah, it's all dirty and gross.
Brandon, you actually ran out and got a $100 bill. Is this a cash tip you got from one of your guitar sessions?
It was
We thought
Money
you
for
had to
the
go
gig,
to
Dude,
we
so
thought you
check
had to
this
go to
out.
bed.
Did you know this? $100 bill, got it in my hand. Thank you. This is great. We're gonna go lunch today, me and you. So, dude, check this out. You know, if you put it up like this, you can see the face in here. Did you know that? Can you see the face?
Mhm.
So you can't see it, but then you put it up. Check this out. This is cool. I just learned this. Where's your knife? Check this out. Did you know that this is 2 pieces of paper and you can lift this up? You see that? That's freaking cool, dude. Most people don't know that. So that's how you can tell a counterfeit.
Well, you don't think that the counterfeit?
No, this is like super duper duper crazy hard to pull off. Like it's that cool? I should have tore it. No, I wouldn't do it, Brandon. You feel it?
Amazing.
That's pretty cool. I think it's pretty interesting. It's interesting stuff. You'd only learn about that here on this wonderful channel. That's a cool thing. Oh, here's your $100.
Thanks, Brandon. Brandon, we thought you had to go to the bathroom or something.
Dude,
You were gonna
we literally
throw up.
thought you disappeared.
Or
from the
I was hoping you won the lottery.
restroom. and then he wouldn't do that to us. Okay. What are you thinking, Justin? You've had some hard sits. Deer are disappearing off the radar like crazy. And we've always talked about it here on the show over the years that when they disappear, you're always hoping that they're just out checking out. Other properties will be back. But the reality is they don't come back sometimes.
Yeah.
What are you thinking here? What is your feelings in terms of how this looks?
Well, I have this, Todd. You want to check this out? I'll show you these trail cams. That's me walking into my stand.
That's a great looking photo. Is that like a portrait mode or is that just really far
That's
away?
me walking into my stand at 2:30 p.m.
Oh, I hate these photos.
Right?
These are bad.
And then there's the deer I'm hunting coming by at 2:51.
No way. Let me see this. Sorry, I gotta take my glass off. I'm blind. Dude, are you kidding?
And there's a stand right there, but the wind was just kind of iffy for that stand, so I pushed it and went into the property a little bit more.
I've been Yeah, look how good you look. You're all decked out. You look good. Got rattling antlers.
I look great.
You're all dialed in.
I look awesome.
And yeah,
Carrying my new bow.
they're
All full of like, tonight's the night. Here we go. This is good wind. These bucks are moving. We're gonna get one.
well, it was
And
moving.
then
Here it is, 251. The
and
deer
I-
is doing just fine. Now, okay, in this particular case, Justin, let's talk about this. I'm looking at this photo. Which way is the wind blowing right now?
Right from me to the deer, basically. It was south.
Okay, so
West
it's
that
blowing
night.
right to where the deer was. So,
Correct. And the stand is immediately.
are you
to my
actually
left.
looking at the stand that you
The
thought
stand
maybe?
would be immediately to my left, so I would have to shoot him kind of where he was at.
Right there.
Like he came from that way. The wind is kind of blowing that. It would have been iffy. That would have been one of the like. You ever hunt those spots where you're like, I need to shoot them the minute they get into my
Yes.
opening, otherwise they're gonna smell me. Type of situations.
Yes.
Like we're all good up until where I need to shoot.
I know.
That would have been one of those.
I want to save this for an episode of Bowhunt or Die, but I took Josh to a stand where I wanted to shoot this one big buck, and I knew the wind was going to be marginal, but again, it's one of those situations where they can come both ways. And dude, the one buck I really wanted to get has these double drop time. He's just got two. He's just an awesome buck, and unfortunately, I'll save it for an episode of Bowhunt or Die. But we saw him; he was coming.
Neighbors.
But unfortunately, he had a bolt sticking out of him, and it didn't
Hashtag
look real
neighbors.
good. And you'll just have to wait on an episode of Bowhunt to see that. I filmed the whole thing, and unfortunately, we weren't able to catch up with the deer. We were kind, we were good souls. We went and met people and tried to help them get their deer, and we tracked it for 500 yards. But it's just not in the cavity. It's going to be definitely a broken leg, and maybe in that brisket area that just bleeds a lot. It never bedded down. I mean, from the whole time that we tracked it. But, dude, I was sitting there with Josh, and I look over and I see it. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, he's like, no way. Like, unbelievable. Dude, he was coming so close, and then he just, for whatever reason, veered one a different way. Like, what? Why do they do that? But
Because they're deer.
you'll have to wait for another episode of Bowhunt or Die, because we do finally film me shooting one over his shoulder, which was
No, film him.
film
You
yeah,
film
yeah,
him
yeah,
shooting one.
yeah.
All right, we got 5 minutes and after wrap this up because I have a meeting.
All right, let's wrap
So,
the video.
Let's just talk. So you got
Well,
that.
you said late
got
season
that.
here real quick, so I mean just
Late season? No,
Well,
dude,
not
we're
late
in
season, but-
like the bell curve of the rut. We're on the back.
everyone talks about
Backside.
this is truly the time that surprise buck, if it's gonna show up, this is it
Sure,
right now.
I had one
This
show
is
up
it.
the other day.
I had one too. I got one too, it showed up. So a lot of times you poo-pooed the whole surprise buck, and you always said that, and you never get them. That is a surprise buck.
Showed up the other day.
I got one too. That
But
showed
I
up.
mean, it's like one picture. Sometimes they make a loop through and then you never see them again.
I know.
You know, typically that's what I've seen. Late rut bucks show up. Maybe you got a day or two
And it's
that
all
they hang around and then they're poof gone again. So it's not very often that they like hang around till late season. I mean, sometimes, but normally that's like to what we were talking about the last episode: food, cold, that type of stuff. Then you get them moving
Heated
and they
grips.
hang out, heated bow grips. But like, yeah, I've always felt like once the local does are bred for those bigger bucks, they're still like ramped up and ready to go.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, there's no more does
Here.
to breed. I'm going to start expanding my range a little bit. So
Yeah.
this is when you tend to see that. You know, I said, of course, as a self-filmer, I'm a little biased because when you do experience that insane rut activity, it can be hard. It's hard enough to kill one. It's really hard to film.
Yes.
So for me, I like this when the activity is died down a little bit. The does are starting to chill. They're starting to feed a little bit more.
They're
in
starting
their
to pop in the
patterns,
food plots again.
right? But the bucks are still moving plenty during daylight.
Yes.
Very killable, but they're kind of just plodding along, looking for does, checking the food.
I would say
checking
that's the one that
bedding
me and
areas.
Josh got.
Yeah, they're more responsive to calling, as you guys found out, right? Like
Yeah.
when the madness of the rut's going and they're running, dude, you could throw everything in the book at them and they don't
Yeah.
give a care. They're just like whatever. They
They're
got
not
one thing on their mind. So I don't know. For me, I just feel like I've had a little bit more success this time of year. So I guess we'll see. I mean, I saw a pretty good buck running around yesterday afternoon, just running in the middle of nowhere.
When you were hunting or just driving?
No, I was driving home for my daughter's orthodontist visit. There was a buck that got hit by a car right by my house, and it was laying there for like 2 days. It was probably like a 2-year-old 8-pointer, and somebody finally chopped its head off. It made it like 2 days on the side of Route 31.
And they still took it. It was a little tuna hole, huh?
Yeah, it was probably like 110 inch.
I'm not stopping.
Yeah, I'm not
No
chopping
way.
it. But somebody finally got it, and we were driving home from the orthodontist last night. My daughter looks up to me and she's like, "Dad, look at that big buck." And there's this big buck coming, and dude, he's like 40 yards from where this one was laying dead. You know, I was like, "Oh, this
Get away
poor,
from the
this
road."
poor bastard's gonna suffer the same fate." So, anyways,
Wear 'em out.
late rut, gun season. Don't be perturbed, Todd. Just get your orange on and go kill a buck. That's all we got. Put your orange
Who
on and
bow
kill a buck.
hunts with blaze orange on during the shotgun season? Post below. I want to know.
Me.
Yeah, but dude, that's so weak sauce.
Why?
You're like me, but then you're also hunting in the air with this very minimal shotgun pressure.
Okay.
Dude,
There's guys on literally all sides of us.
where are you talking about? Joe Davies right now?
Woodstock.
Oh.
And Joe Davies. Are you kidding me? Joe Davies, they
Yeah, but what about your
hammer
other
him.
spot?
What other spot?
That doesn't have as much pressure.
Where?
Your other spot. I'm not going to share the spot, your other spot.
I only have 3 spots. One of them
Okay, the one you didn't mention.
it's in a
How
bow,
hard is
it's in a
this?
bow only county, Todd. There is no shotgun hunting.
Well, see, that's why he's gun home about it. That's where he's going to be going.
There's
bow
no
only.
there's no bucks there I want to shoot. 0. Not 1.
That's a shame.
So I'm not going there at all. In fact, I'm just leaving it alone and hoping that the few young ones survive till next year. My neighbors killed all the other young ones, and there's no older deer there. We've talked about this. So I'm just leaving it alone. I gotta go. I got a meeting. Peace out. Watering hole. Out.